Is that what we're doing?
I don't think he wants any more claps.
No. Why do you have to clap before the start of the podcast?
You just look for the spike and it's easy to find.
Oh, and then you cut from there.
Yep, because I'm recording audio and video on different tracks, different hard drives.
Oh, there you go. There's a little insight to the
Different
four-wheel drive podcast powered by Tyre. Oh, God.
Wow.
Clap again, someone.
Do you want to restart?
No. Four-wheel drive podcast powered by Tyrepower. Just a little insight into how things get started here.
It's been a while since you've been rattled at the start of a show.
Yeah, I had a good run there for a while where it was like 3 in a row, maybe.
Ah, it's more than that. You did well.
We should probably cut that up and make a little short of that. That was an embarrassing time to be alive. Music by the Southern River Band, Let It Ride, seeing us in the Four Drive podcast on Instagram. All the episodes over on BackChat's YouTube. Patrons, thank you for your support. And the Four Drive podcast.com.au is where you can get your merch, send your voice messages in. And the Ultimate Four Wheel Drive is all over there. How are we, lads?
Good. You know, the funny thing is, I clapped to put Jaden off.
And you put me.
And then it ended up putting...
It sure did. It really did.
So I'm over here. I press the music and I lock in. I'm just watching the music.
Actually, I've got a good video of you from last week that I never shared with everyone about what you actually do on the other side of the desk over there.
Yeah, stop taking videos of me, mate.
Did you see that?
Oh.
I got a video of him just
Yeah,
like
I did see
sitting
a recording.
back on his scrolling his phone, and then like you and I just talk. Well,
Replying
no,
to emails.
you-
No,
you
you two
were-
were just sitting there listening.
I was babbling.
you were replying to a question, and I was just videoing this bloke sitting behind the desk doing nothing. And we applaud him over here like he just keeps the show running for us.
I know you've started doing the run sheets now
I know
as well.
we clap, he hits start, and then when we wrap it up, he plays the song. And
Yeah,
it's
that's
done.
it. That's it. Sometimes I don't even play the song. I'll add it in post.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we got a bit to go through because when we get into these, well, when we start an episode now and we've got the run sheet all set up, Ronnie, I'm telling you, it is there. I always have a quick scroll down and I see the Ultimate Four-Wheel Drive,
Yeah.
and because it's been so well set up now, the depth that some people are going into on these four-wheel drive or they're on their Ultimate Four-Wheel Drives.
Sorry, so well set up by who?
Sorry, yes, that is by you.
Yeah, thanks,
I'll
mate.
give you that
Thanks,
much.
mate. Talk shit about me more.
But you mean excellent copy-paste kind of...
Yeah, that's
Skill.
Well, come on, boys. If,
A one-off-
If
a
I'm not
one-off
going to do
job.
it, who is?
But anyway, there is some length to this one today. So I'm going to get into on the radar straight away. And what I need you to chime in here, Ronnie, when
the
you
radar.
feel the time is right.
Okay.
On the radar, I want to look at tag-along tours. Now,
Oh, yeah.
I was searching the World Wide Web, trying to find like what's like on the radar. Now,
Did you see mine still pop up or?
no, I didn't find yours actually. Is it
No.
still available?
No. That's
Oh.
good it doesn't pop up.
Yeah, no, you
'Cause
can't.
we do get
you
inquiries
can't-
every now and
You
then.
can't book in. What was the name of yours?
Oh, just Four-Wheeling Australia.
Yeah, gotcha. No, but so I was looking because on the radar is sometimes tough. Like it's sometimes hard to find new products on the market every single week. New cars, they're not bringing them out every single week. I
It
checked
feels
out.
like they are.
Yeah, actually, at the moment, you probably could go with that mode. But I checked out the Y63, the release date. Like, there was just some little updates,
Yeah.
not a lot. Because I was talking about that car yesterday with a friend. Tag-along tours. I was like, tag-along tours.
Switching cars again.
No. I'm done for a while. Don't get me back. Don't get me back into that mode. But mate, can you just quickly, before I name a few around, and the ones that I'm going to name, we're not connected with in any way. They popped up, and one I have heard of before that seems to be a really great option. But what is it about a tag-along tour that is or could be appealing to us as four-wheel drive camping enthusiasts?
Well, it's a fun way. It's a fun way to learn. It's a fun way to gain confidence of four-wheel drive, depending on the type of tour we do. The tours that we used to do involve sand dunes and all that kind of stuff. So there's always an element of risk because you do have beginners, complete beginners coming along,
Yep.
or people who don't.
So that risk is taken on by you, though.
Well, there's insurances
yeah, okay.
in place, and everyone
Gotcha.
has to have their vehicle insurance,
Okay,
and
yep.
the vehicles have to be up to scratch and have to have a. They don't have to be up to scratch because they will get scratched in that sense, but they do have to be like serviced beforehand.
Yep.
Depending on all these trips, there's all these criteria, so it's something that people need to be aware of.
Yep.
And they'll come on the trip. They'll already know what they need because usually that's provided for them. You know, this is the kind of weather you're going to experience, and this is the layout of the days. And
Yep.
if there's any day where I know we'll be arriving into the dark, which there was one that we used to do that where you guaranteed that.
Yep.
It's like
Not every day for you.
Oh, not every day. Well, not when I've got tag along tour people with me, you know.
Had to stick to schedule.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes flat tires and problems
Things
or
pop up.
car problems, and then you end up taking longer, or you
Yeah.
get a person who doesn't drive at the same rate and the same speed.
Yep.
That can also hold things up. But generally speaking, it generally goes quite smooth.
What's the sort of number you're probably looking at for?
Maximum.
What are you doing over here?
I actually think the maximum that, from memory, the maximum you are allowed is a 12-car convoy.
Oh, okay.
And that's just in general, because any more cars than that, it's a lot of wear on the actual tracks as well.
Yeah, gotcha.
So
Yep.
those busy areas is always chewed up and
Yep.
and all that. The same thing kind of happens with, say, like a 12-car convoy. Say there's been a bit of rain, this muddy patch that was nothing for the first 5 cars all of a sudden is becoming worse and worse and
Yeah.
worse, and then the last car might be skidding or something,
Yep.
or getting bogged even. And these things happen. So any more cars than that, it's just too many people to manage, and also that is kind of like a nice sort of number. From 12 to about 8 cars is a good number. You get a good mix of people, and everyone generally gets along. We've only ever had one incidents where people didn't quite get along, but it got ironed out pretty quick.
Was it ironed out with like?
It was ironed out with
Punch on?
stern. No. It was ironed out with a stern chat around the fire after most of the others had gone to bed. So I hung around just to make sure, because I had a feeling this person was going to come back
You refereed a campfire brawl.
from a distance. They probably didn't even notice I was there. But
Imagine- Oh, okay.
yeah.
So you're in the bushes.
Ronnie down.
No,
in the
I
shadows.
was just standing by my car, and
Just
because
full
I'm usually
charcoal over his face.
I'm usually close to the fire,
Right.
because bouncing around, making sure everyone's all right.
Yeah.
It's a 24-hour job, man.
I never thought about. I thought so when I was thinking about tag along tours. If you found the time and you could set aside, because what they do is a lot of these. So they offer like this time of year, this date to this date. So it's like if you were actually planning a trip or a holiday, and you can pick that date to take time off work to that date. It's all there set up for you.
Yep.
And I always thought like a great part about tag along tours, which I'm sure it is on 95% of the trips, is you meet some great people, like-minded,
100%.
wanting to get out there and do the same thing. I never thought about not getting along with one of them.
It's
that
only
would be a bit hard.
I mean, we always focus on the negative, right? And there's only been one instance where
Oh, that's pretty good.
one instance out of, I can't even count how many.
Yeah.
But they got ironed out pretty quick.
Yeah.
And it was like a gentleman's kind of.
Yeah.
Like it was this one bloke telling the other bloke didn't appreciate the way you were.
Yep.
Blah blah blah. And that was it.
Okay. Amicable.
Done.
I like it. Well, so a few that I found now, I tried to cover a few areas, and again, no connection with these, but Birchie's fishing tours. Birchie,
Yeah. If the mud ain't flying, you ain't trying.
he's well known. Birchie now, I think he's featured on some of the like 4Drive 24/7 and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Leck has been up there to see Birchie. Like he's well known.
Yeah, Lex he's a bit of a regular up there. At the moment.
Yeah. And as I was driving here, I bumped into Crystal Petrevsky, who's from Halls Creek, and I said, I'm actually going, and she was checking out the new 79. And then I was like, I'm actually going to the podcast right now. I was like, do you know Birchie from up towards home? And she's like, yeah, I know Birchie. And then so she was raving about it as well. And she told me that guaranteed to catch a big barra up there.
Yeah.
So
Have you seen the barra catching up there?
I looked at the gallery
insane.
like I obviously don't see the Instagram or updates regularly, but I checked out the website and it was unbelievable. So Birchie's Fishing Tours up in the Kimberley, swagalong.com.au is a Cape York. They offer trips through Cape York and all around far north Queensland. saecotours.com, they everywhere throughout SA, and the Off-Road Tradies are another one that I found.
Oh, I met those guys, yeah.
And they pretty much offer everywhere, but what stood out was Vic High Country, Simpson Desert, a couple of different ones there. But I just like there was
internalised that one.
Lucky. I still feel bad about that one I dropped a couple of weeks ago.
Don't
I
drink
bleeped it
fizzy.
out.
Don't drink fizzy drinks.
Oh, you didn't bleep that out?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I bleeped it out.
Can
Yes.
you do that to this one as well?
I didn't even.
I didn't even hear it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, so these tag
Yeah,
along
that's yours.
tours are great idea, I think. For me, who's the novice in this setup, in this relationship, I think your confidence levels would be so much higher being with a group like this, and
Yeah.
and probably not always going to be people at your level. There'll be varying levels of four-wheel drive and camping sort of setups, but
the levels will be varied completely. You know,
yes,
you have some people that are good at driving. You know, sand dunes, rocks. They know all the stuff about driving, but when it comes to camping,
yeah,
they're like really like unorganized and don't really know what they're doing.
yeah.
Whereas you have some people who don't really know how to drive, but they're like so
Yeah,
So
it's all-
you kind of get good ideas
Yeah.
from everyone as well.
To me, they looked like a great idea, and I don't know what popped into my head to go and check these out, but I just think they offer so much for what it is, and like you say, there's risk in everything you do, but they also, the providers of these tours, take on a little bit of that risk for you, which I think's
It's manageable risk.
and it's comforting for me. I believe, because I know if I get into trouble, the help's right there. Anyway, I just think it's a great concept.
It is a great concept, and if you get the right people, and say you're bogged sideways on a sand dune, to if that's you on your own and you're not experienced with that kind of thing,
Yeah,
it's a scary situation. But on a tag along tour, it's like it's a bit of a laugh, get a photo, let's get you out safely. You know,
yeah. Actually, talking to Crystal, not Samo, who I used to play with, was a teammate of mine. Crystal's cousin. Crystal was saying that he got stuck up. I don't know. They were somewhere off the Gib fishing, and it rained. Not where they were at the time, but on their way back, it must have poured down somewhere else. And this is recently, I think. And they got stuck for 24 hours.
Oh, the rivers.
And they had to wait it out. But apparently they just left the car and went fishing.
No.
So everyone was a
bet
winner
that's
in
what
the
I
end.
said.
But yeah.
I know, we've got to be fishing for another 24 hours.
I reckon Birchie's fishing tours is the one. Like, I know we're in WA and we sometimes go a bit hard on WA stuff, but
He does
looks
hunting
incredible.
as well.
yeah, there's some great shots on the website of that too.
We actually get to prepare the whatever it is you're hunting, or you get to prepare it yourself.
Yeah.
And he more or less supervises and shows you how to do it, tells you
Yeah.
how to do it, which is really cool, because most of the hunting tours that I know of, they just take the shot, animals down,
Yep.
someone else takes care of that.
Yep. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Like, it's a one-stop shop really for a great trip. Some
And like
different experiences
you
on
say, we
country.
keep banging on about WA. I mean, WA is kind of like different countries in one almost.
It is, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, how different is the Kimberley to the Pilbara? And the Pilbara itself is like, you could split that into two as well.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's got it all WA, isn't it? It's not bad.
There's
is
a
it?
lot.
No, not bad.
Tell you what's pretty good though, Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, says who?
Me.
Does
And every
that
Victorian I know.
fit within
How's your-
Rottnest Island? No.
Maybe. Back Smash does.
Back
Anyway.
smash. Pretty good.
I've got one more little on the radar. This
Yeah.
is from our great friend over the desk there, Jaden, who does do stuff.
Thanks, mate.
Mitch and Jess from Wandering Oz, friends of the show, have welcomed a baby girl, Matilda. Matilda Maeve, born on the 8th of Feb. So congratulations to Mitch and Jess. That is awesome news. Hopefully we see them next year. Did you see them? Were they
Yes.
at the show this year?
Yes, they were.
Well, last year now, yeah.
They were at the Adelaide show.
Yep. Hopefully get to catch up with them this November coming.
Yeah,
October.
October. Yeah.
There you go. So congratulations to Mitch and Jess. Hope all is going well. Tough dog tip. Oh,
Oh,
He's clapping.
whoa. He doesn't know what he's doing.
secret on the radar has just popped up. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, Duggo.
Yeah.
How'd your license
Oh,
test
yeah.
go?
Got me manual license. Yes.
Oh, congratulations.
Come on. Yes.
Yay.
Yes. So I wasn't driving the car
Allowed to clap?
beforehand, obviously, if you know what I mean. And now I've got my manual license. So now I can actually take the car out
Wow.
and do have some fun. And we
Did you
need
get
to take it
hairs
for
in
a
your
trip.
chest with that too? Or?
No, just
No.
one.
Well, they're coming.
Actually,
needs to ship one.
I was gonna.
That one came when he bought a V8.
I was going to let you in on some very personal information there, but I am going to leave that for another time.
Yeah, let's not.
I'm not
Maybe
even
the
sure I'll
patrons
tell-
can hear
Maybe
about
they
it.
can
Maybe
if I
not.
feel comfortable when I
Yeah.
get to the end of the show.
It's
So now I'm
usually-
intrigued.
Yeah, no, I'll just leave it.
There's congratulations,
no need
mate.
about that.
Well
Thank you.
Well done.
Wigged myself out about it a little bit.
Yeah,
Obviously,
you did.
Was it clean?
I was pretty clean. Yeah, started. So things that I didn't know. So I just went straight for the test. Basically, like I was confident driving the car.
Yeah.
It was more about the broader road rules that I'd probably needed to brush up on, and I did. Without doing a lesson, I just made sure I sort of read through some things and watched some videos and stuff like that on it, all of the details of what the test may include. And so I've done all that. So I've rocked up and I was like, well, I'm probably a little bit underdone here on the road rules. Like it's not the broader road rules. Sorry, it's more like the little
technicalities.
details. Technicalities is the better word. Mirrors and head checks and just stuff that I think we all are guilty of, just falling into some habits of not doing all the time.
Nah, not me, mate.
And you are 10 out of 10
Legend
over there. But anyway, I did it really clean. A couple of times I forgot like just some minor, so not major ones, no major ones, just minor ones. But we started having a bit of a conversation.
Oh,
and then so get back to the thing. He said, "How'd you feel it went today, mate?" I said, "Oh, I think it went pretty well. I felt fairly confident." And he's like, "Yeah, mate, clean drive. Well done. Couple of little things there as we started to have a chat. You just forgot a couple of bits and pieces, and I think I started like,
the old forklift driver.
I was like, oh yeah, but I was very conscious of all the right stuff. But a couple of little crosses there, but we got through. No worries. So
good. Well done, mate.
Yeah. So
how much? Sorry.
How much was it?
I was
I think it was about $114.
How much did you bribe the guy? Just a signed Eagles jersey?
I didn't have to.
Did you wear a skirt?
Was he an Eagles fan?
No, he wasn't. He's a rugby man, actually.
Rugby man.
Yeah.
Did he know who you were at all?
No.
You would have walked in there going, "Hey, mate, Liam Duggan."
No, I do not do that.
You would have had a signed photo of yourself up.
Don't do that anywhere. There is one place in Perth where you are you're not another number, but you definitely you sit and wait. Not that I don't sit and wait wherever I go. Like I usually do have to.
Yeah, okay.
That's not how I am. But you definitely have to sit and wait at the Department of Transport. But might I add, Mirrabooka Department of Transport, they are pretty good. Mirrabooka, they are pretty good. I've been in there a few times lately, and they are quite efficient, I would say.
Efficient.
Yeah.
So
not something used to describe.
Shout out to DOT down at Mirrabooka there. Thank you very much. Can we get to Tough Dog Tip of the Week now?
Well, can I test you on a test you on a question first?
No, you can't.
I'll test Jaden as well.
I actually just wanted to say, Ronnie.
Yeah.
What are you doing,
mate?
On stage.
What I do on weekends
with Luke Combs.
Is that actually Luke Combs, the guitarist?
Yeah.
That is actually you. Can you send me a photo? Can you send me a good copy of that, please?
Oh, my God.
That's elite. Ronnie D.
Do you want to... Yeah.
I've got a painting on a haircut.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's you. I've seen that tattoo on your arm, mate.
Huh? Tattoo? Which
on the
tattoo?
back of the arm. Poor fella can't see.
Oh, you can't
mate.
see. Ronnie, do you want to put your glasses on?
Yeah. You could barely see that one. It's on the back of his arm.
I can see it.
All right. Moving on.
Wait, you had a question.
Hang on. Yeah.
Ronnie needs to go back and do his license again.
When you are overtaking someone at night, at what point do you put your high beams on?
Oh, so...
going by the book.
Oncoming?
No. The guy in front of you. So you're sitting behind him.
Oh, yeah.
At what point do you put the high beams on when you overtake?
I would say when you're back in the lane.
Back in the lane? Jaden?
Yeah. Yeah. Once you're past back in the lane.
Apparently, as soon as you go to overtake, you put the high beams on.
Wouldn't you blind them in their side mirror?
You would. But that's what the rule book says.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a real unwritten
There's
rule
some
with
weird
those,
ones, eh?
with those lights, I reckon.
Yeah. There's a good one, though, that's still around, and I'll use this one a lot. Back in the day when it had the big wagons, and if you had to go to the toilet, there's a particular wheel on a particular side that you can use legally.
Passenger, front left.
Yeah.
Oh, you can piss on it?
Yeah, you can piss on it. Yeah. So you pull over the side of the road if you really got to go.
Oh, so you can stand at the front left.
You can actually stand at the front left and piss from from what I've been told.
Interesting.
But if you go to a tree, so
You're in trouble.
yeah, just need that like cleared up 100%. But if you go to a tree, you can, they can actually.
So
do
if
you
I
for
stop
it.
in Beaufort Street on the way home,
in
in the middle of Mount
you
Lawley.
should be able to literally.
No. Can we get to Tough Dog Tip of the Week? I've been asking for it
Yeah,
for a
sorry.
while.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Have you got one, mate, for Tough Dog?
I'll just go put myself in a spot here.
I love how you do this. I could not do this.
You've done it.
Yeah, but I prepared.
What was your tip as well?
The winch,
dog-
the winch
yeah.
for a dog run.
Dog run.
Yeah.
That was good.
I like this. You're buying me time.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say 20-second stall.
Did you hear that, Ronnie? The dog. the
Yeah, I
dog
did
run?
actually. Yeah,
Nah,
you did it up as socials.
Yeah, okay, that's only.
Yeah. Just don't drive off
Yeah.
with it on there, eh?
I'm pretty good.
That's I like that one because some people put it on the tow ball. They tie the dog to the back of the car and sometimes forget about a dog. It does happen. So generally when it's I don't know. It just seems like common knowledge in a full drive community at least, or farmers and stuff, because there's been a number of times, like not once, not twice, been a number of times I've seen people pull someone up and say, "Hey man, you probably shouldn't put it on the back of your car," because sometimes people drive off. So it must happen fairly often.
It's a scary thought, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean,
That
it's
happens.
easy to forget, like,
Yeah. I can't.
Yeah.
Can't blame people.
Poor
I'm
dog
never-
sleeping under your car and he's taken off.
Jeez.
Be like an old Western.
Yeah, I have heard of that.
That's
on the
terrifying.
farm.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
that's not my tip though.
Enough buying time.
No, well, yeah. Tough dog tip of the week. If you are completely new to full driving and you want to learn how to full drive, you want to know how to do stuff, don't just jump on YouTube and watch. You should do a number of things. So YouTube is one way to learn all the theory stuff before you head out. Number two, this might sound really lame, but practicing how to use like tyre deflators at home in your garage where you say you have a compressor to pump them up again, it's not a bad idea if you're kind of worried about looking like you don't know what you're doing out there. Some tyre deflators will release the valve core, and if you do that out there, well, it might be in the sand. You're going to find that one again. And I'm going to bring this up again later in another episode. It'll be on the radar. I've got something. The third one is tag-along tours, which you just mentioned. That's another good way to learn. And then, of course, you could, also costing money, is to go do a full drive training course. And then I should have really ranked them in order. But then the other one is head out with a mate. But if you do that, then you can get bad habits. Like we just spoke about, Duggo, you get bad habits that stick with you for driving.
Yep.
And there was a number 6 thing, but I can't remember what that is. If it comes to me, I'll come with it later. But there are many ways to increase your skills with full driving rather than just going to YouTube or just heading out. Or say if you do a training course, also hop online and see other things because you're going to learn other methods that may suit you better. There's a million ways to skin a cat, and you just got to find the way you want to do yours.
Yeah, I like the one of using tyre deflators.
Yeah,
That's kind of because I don't do it that often. Every time I do it, I'm just like, please don't go wrong. Don't go too far one way. Just don't.
Or someone's
I hate
talking.
doing
Yeah,
it.
if you get distracted, someone's talking.
Yeah.
You close it, you take it off.
Yeah.
Often people just don't know how to screw it on.
And don't put your valve caps in your mouth, because if you've ever been around dogs, I've said this before on here, dogs piss on tyres all the time. And if you put that back in your mouth, potentially just putting dog piss in your mouth. Not a massive deal, I suppose, but
Would you take the one off my front left?
let's just not get confused. That's just for weeing. Am I right?
Yeah.
You can't do a poo next to your front left tyre.
I don't think there's a law that allows you to do a shit on your front
Okay.
tyre.
Just checking.
You can do it on the back ones though.
Well, we don't have answers for anyone on this show. We've just got
However,
maybes.
if the hole is big enough on your shitty tyre, then it probably warrants it.
Yeah, I don't know why I brought that up, but anyway.
Plugging a tire, practicing to plug a tire,
Yeah.
is actually,
Yeah.
it's actually good.
Practice plug a
because
tyre.
you doing that at the full drive shows, Ronnie.
Yeah, and me doing it
That
under
actually-
a minute. Just put that in.
It's
I'm going to cut that out.
No.
You didn't
It
do
is
in under a minute.
100% one of the things that you could practice at home, especially if you're changing tyres. Even if it's like a passenger car, like you can even go to a tyre shop and just get an old shitty tyre.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it needs to be on a rim though.
Yeah.
Just to really succinct that, can we rank it from 4 to 1? What are the best? What are the best things to do to learn on YouTube?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So the best thing to start with, I would say, is YouTube. That's the best way to start. Then second place, well, actually, that's the best way to start. But if you're heading out, I'll rank them in this order of being good or bad. If you head out with a mate, you're probably going to learn some bad habits, or your mate may not know what the hell they're talking about. But they know more than you, so you're not going to question them if they do something wrong. The next one will be, I would say, a tag-along tour, because they're fun. You can actually get out. You're having an experience, you're camping and all that. And then the fourth one will be the full drive training. And believe it or not, but I've actually forgotten number 5.
Do it at home.
Deflators.
What did I say before? No, yeah, practice at home.
Practice at home.
Practice at home. Yes. Yeah.
No, we're back.
Practice at home. Practice at home should be before all this.
All right. Number 1, YouTube.
Oh, you'll be okay.
Number 2.
In order, YouTube, practice at home, head out with a mate, but you should probably go and do some full drive training or tag along, because that's where you would learn from people who have done it, who live and breathe it, and you will learn from a whole bunch of other people as well. Just be careful with learning from a friend, because sometimes they don't know what they're doing, and you would be hesitant to question what they're doing. Take Chris, for instance, that time, getting recovered.
Good point.
Someone's helping you out in the middle of nowhere. Bit reluctant to question what they're doing, isn't it?
Good on Chris for sharing that story and being the topic of our podcast for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That poor man. Ultimate full drive?
Let's do it.
The ultimate four-wheel drive.
Me? Do you want me to read again?
Do you not like reading?
No, I can read.
Sorry, that was...
No, I'll read.
You don't have to read if you don't want, mate.
I'll go.
You're a manual license guy now. You don't have to read at all.
I wonder if Dominic's got a manual. No, it's automatic. It says it right there. All right, Dominic D. Trapani. Hope I've said that right, Dominic. Make and model Toyota Hilux SR Extra Cab. It's an auto. $75,000 was his budget according to his spreadsheet. And the spreadsheet is cost to date, including purchase brand new. So what's an SR Hilux? That'd be 60-ish, 55-ish for an SR.
I was going to take some notes while you're reading that.
I haven't been on car sales for a while. Wouldn't mind knowing though.
What year was it?
He doesn't say here.
Oh, is it an N80 or?
I'd say it's an N80.
What year?
You got photos?
Yeah, I got photos.
He didn't say what year. Is that what he said?
No, it's not what year.
How many Ks?
If we see a photo, it's an N80. Yeah, it's an N80. Yep.
Extra cab.
Yep. All right. So as we go through that, I don't know what they cost.
75,000 Ks.
Yep.
$75,000. Sorry.
Oh, you're writing notes on this, Ronnie.
Yeah, I'm just
Getting serious.
So I have to ask you all these. I'm asking him now though.
we have a run sheet,
All right,
Ronnie.
so 75,000 is the spread is his costings total,
Yes.
including purchase of the car. Purpose, work, and play. We love that. 3 things he loves. Loves the versatility of having a tray with multiple, and I love to say it, jack-off canopies. we also love that, Dom.
Why does no one start a company called Jack Off Campers?
It's got to be there.
Surely that's a thing.
The SR model comes with vinyl flooring, making it more work and bushproof and easier to clean. Being a detailer, I hate cleaning my own vehicle, so this is far easier. The extra cab allows me to have safety harnesses for my young one installed and engineered for his baby seat, while also having ample tray space to keep weight even further forward on the axles. That's interesting. 3 things he doesn't like. Dislikes the lack of 6-speed use with the tyre size he's running, which was a problem you encountered.
What's the tyre size?
33-inch tyres. Being IFS, limited articulation, tried to rectify with a thinner sway bar, keeping it legal, which actually allows me to use full articulation on tracks. Given the bump stops now seeing contact with the control arms. Having constant 500 kilo leafs for work canopy makes the vehicle ride a bit harsh when unloaded and just a tray back for more off-road intense tracks. So he's got a 500 kilo constant, which, yeah, so multiple jack-off canopies. So he's obviously got, that's pretty cool how you just switch in and out.
It's good to be jacking off a lot.
It is.
It's just handy to do.
Different styles.
Handy to have.
They're very handy.
Yeah.
That's another.
Very handy.
Pardon the pun by you.
Oh my goodness.
Anything else we should know? I think we should get through this quite quickly.
This is the ultimate jack-off.
Here is a quick rundown to what the vehicle has. Each modification has been thought out, including the use of spreadsheets. It's just like Duggo picking a new 4B for himself. 2-inch lift, dual canopies, work and touring. Safari snorkel, proven to work and not as noisy as Stano is written. Front locker, 33-inch tyres. Roof rack on cab for general use such as shovel holder, max track, solar panel. 270-degree awning, which he loves, being amazing for work and touring. 100-amp lithium dual battery setup with 1,500-watt inverter. Basically for a microwave to make heating up baby bottles effortless in the middle of the night. We never really use an inverter for anything else. Standard Toyota bull bar and King spotties do the job. Fat bars, rock sliders, which have saved the vehicle on 2 occasions now, and a 40-litre footwell water tank.
Ooh.
His favourite modification is his full-length under tray, which is under tray drawer, which is 2.1 metres long and holds all his spares and tools and recovery gear. And he's made a lid for it also, so it acts as a flat surface cooking area. The new touring canopy is an 1,800mm long instead of a 2,100mm long like the work canopy, so I can utilise 2 jerrys on the back and soon an additional spare. This new canopy also has a quarter dog box, which is great for dirty gear and extra storage when in national parks, or great for bringing our Kelpie with us camping, which we try to do as much as possible. He's open for any further modifications and tips to making his ute better. I'll be tackling Cape York in June, and the only thing I was going to add was some diff breathers. We have plenty of people in the convoy with winches as well, so I wasn't too concerned about not having a winch currently. That is a great detail once again. Thank you, Dom.
Elite.
That is an awesome build.
It's cool, isn't it? Can you just cycle through the photos?
I'm just going to say it's more or less complete today. He doesn't have a winch, but you don't.
If other people have got one, you don't need one.
Exactly.
Look at the how good's that work canopy set up? Obviously a Milwaukee man.
I just like the way
myself.
He's got multiple.
Like yourself.
Yeah.
When you're on the tools.
Yeah.
I just like the way he's got multiple ways of jacking off campers. Like it's versatile, man. Because it's got the tray on its own.
Yeah.
We laugh about these lift-off canopies, but this is actually genuinely.
This is
100%.
actually.
It's really handy
awesome.
to be able to.
He
versatile.
actually does jack it off, where most people don't jack them off.
Yeah, they just leave them on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Can we just call it a lift off?
Yeah, let's start saying lift off. It sounds silly.
They're called jack-off canopies. We might as well.
He has called it that, which I like, but he might just be jumping on the same bandwagon.
He's jumping.
I googled it. They're actually called jack-off canopies. So.
Okay, sweet. We're stuck then. But no,
there's nothing we can do, boys.
I reckon that is a very cool build. If you're not on YouTube and this hasn't made,
Just realised something else.
Hasn't painted the picture in your head. Basically, he's got a work canopy and a touring canopy, and he can go forward driving with a really light, no canopy tray.
And on top of that, it's a space cab.
Yep.
Right. So, which means the tray is slightly longer.
Yes.
Which allows him to have the extra gear on the back, which a lot of people compromise on their canopy size so they can have that.
Yeah. So you on a dual cab, say it wouldn't be unusual to go a 1,600mm long canopy to then get a wheel or jerry's on the back.
Yeah, hanging off the back.
Yeah.
Like this, on this one, they're sitting on the tray.
Yeah.
So he's still keeping the same length, but he's got more.
Yeah.
But when the kids get bigger, that's when they're going to outgrow that car.
Yep.
That's the only thing, because I used to be in the same situation with the N70.
Yeah.
Except for this one actually has the
engineered in
doors,
to get the
suicide doors on the back.
The baby seat in the back as well. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. What I will say,
couldn't agree more.
I didn't hear a diesel filter. So he was asking what else. I recommend a diesel filter.
So diff breathers he's going to add
to get at the same time as your diesel filter. Actually, yeah. Look, a mate of mine, Travis, he actually does a really cool kit that has the breathers and the filter mounted in the same position.
Perth Diesel Performance, yeah?
Yeah, Perth Diesel Performance. That'll be a good one to just... It's pre-done everything, chuck it in. That'll be the easiest way.
Is Dom where Dom's in Queensland? I
like
believe.
I like the suggestion of how he has done a thinner sway bar. I never thought about that. Thinner sway bar to get more travel out of more flex out of the Hilux, and he has kept it at a 2-inch lift, which means he's not stressing out those CVs too much. He's really thought about this. 33-inch tyres, I didn't like them either. I reckon be really interested to know how 32.5-inch, because it might just give you that more usability out of that 6th gear. And rock sliders too.
The fat bars. I like the fat bars.
Awesome.
Fat with a pH.
Others may not see it, but I reckon that's probably the best ultimate full drive so far.
Really?
Wow.
Dom.
Over the 3-door.
Just with all the detail and everything.
Practicality as well. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I actually...
And the honesty
I agree with you.
The honesty of what's not working, and, it's a bit hard when it's not like this, That's good. It's a good mix of positivity, negative.
Yeah. It's a working man's car.
And it's fucking fantastic.
It's common. It's common man.
It's work and play.
That's You're
doesn't
right.
have to buy a work car.
You're right. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
There you go.
Very nice.
Dom's nailed it.
I reckon he has.
Thank you for sending in, Dom.
And the water tank. I like that.
The water tank, 40-litre water tank.
Yep.
Good luck with the trip
best spot.
To the Cape. Let us know how you go.
And I'm going to guess that those child anchors that he added into the back because of space cab, they would have cost about $800, I reckon.
That's one thing he loves too. So that must be a big ticket item in the car for him.
Well, because if he couldn't get him, he'd have to sell the car.
Safety harness for the young one.
Yeah, because I was in that exact same situation.
Engineered.
I nearly had to sell the Hilux because, we had kids on the way.
Yep.
$800. I was like, gee, that's pretty steep just to put an anchor point in. It's like, yeah, okay, take my money.
Yeah.
It's cheaper than buying another car.
Yeah, true. Yep. No, well done, Dom. Thank you for sending in. Now I've got a half a topic that I wanted to touch on with you blokes.
We could.
Is it still in the oven?
What time is it?
4:12.
No, sorry, I meant running time. We've probably got time to cover it, I think.
We've been going for about 38 minutes.
Maybe we don't touch on...
40 minutes.
Maybe we just touch on Ronnie's plans.
My plans?
Yeah.
What?
Nothing scary, mate.
What?
It's all good.
Uh-oh.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think we'd really... I don't think we'd spoken about it.
We do have a few messages.
We got a few messages, so I'll be mindful to get through this because I think in the coming episodes we give you a little bit of an update on where the podcast is at. Obviously, the relationship that we're building or we've built with Tyrepower now, toughdog, where we're looking to head into, all of that sort of stuff. I think we can give you an insight into because I think plenty of people find that interesting. What people are here though for mostly is you, Ronnie. Now, we get to see you on a Sunday. We catch up every Sunday morning for a coffee and we watch you.
Is it a bit of a one-way conversation?
At times, you're not a great listener, but I haven't spoken to you this year about what is coming up. We touched on it last year. We mentioned it in passing, but what does Ronnie Dahl look like throughout 2025? What's the plan with the cars? What's the plan with mods? What's the plan with any trips you've got coming up? Who are we seeing on your channel? Is there any insight that you can give us without giving away? Because I still want to see you on a Sunday and be surprised. But look, what's coming up?
Dago also wants to know whether he can join you on a Sunday.
Oh, you can join me on a Sunday.
Watch the show with Ronnie? Yeah. Or be on Ronnie's
Oh, come on, mate. I know you want to watch the show with Ronnie.
I don't
You can
Ronnie
pause
watch,
it.
I doubt Ronnie watches
hey,
himself
Ronnie, what did you do when this happened?
after editing it for 17 hours.
Oh, my God. Well, last week, I started, the last day I had, started Friday morning, did a school pickup and a drop-off at home, then went back to work, and then I got home just before 3 a.m. on Saturday. Just finished the edit, send it.
Oh, to release Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I thought you meant you got home from the pub.
No. No. That might have been I don't know, that probably would have been more fun, more conversational.
So yeah, what
does it look like?
What does it look like? What does Ronny Dale look like in 2025? What are his aspirations, if I may ask?
There is so much going on right now it's almost like I've got all these pieces of this puzzle, and honestly, it all needs to be put together. But I know a lot of what is very likely to happen. There's so much going on. Like, it's a bit crazy. It's you know how it's normally crazy how all of a sudden I'm, I don't know, doing something or rocking up in something or something like that.
Yep.
I can't say too much.
No, that's fine. I expected this.
Yeah, and you guys don't even know about this, and I'm reluctant to say anything until I know that these pieces have been put in. Okay. That's why I'm like all over the place. You know, just
you are a hard man to.
I'm really
to keep down. Actually,
yeah. I'm this year could potentially be very, very, very big. But yeah, I can't say too much about that.
Can you tell us trips? Any trips you've got planned?
Well, okay. So the Canning Stock route is definitely on the cards.
Yep.
And Pilbara. I'm going to head to the Pilbara again.
Yep.
Up at Ashburton. Probably head to Parabadoo. I wouldn't mind taking the 250 up Mount Meharry.
Yep.
I know I've been there like 4 times. But I wouldn't mind taking the 250 just to the top of Mount Meharry.
Yep.
Be cool to maybe tow something on that. Take the kids with me. That'd be cool. But there's a whole bunch of stuff around in those regions. There's particularly in Parabadoo. I kind of explored the back Carajini, but there was some tracks that we just ran out of time, and I was just like, I want to go down that track, and I want to go down that way and follow the river, because I've heard there's some wicked places further down that are a little bit difficult to get to as well. So, which means that not too many people see these places. So there's a couple of those things, but that's just coming up. And then there's some tow testing, which I may have been doing this week or may not have been. So there's a fair bit going on, but I will have more of an idea by mid-year. I can answer this question a lot better.
All right, I look forward to that, because every time you've done that, you're not leaving us on a cliffhanger. You just can't tell us. But I always get excited when there's something in the pipeline. Yeah,
there's just a lot hanging in the balance, and there's always, until I know for sure that things are going to happen, it may not happen.
Yeah. So then if I can shape it a different way, so you're flat out at the moment. I think it's like getting home at 3 a.m. to release that video that Sunday morning. Like that's, you're working hard.
Working my ass off at the moment.
So what does your team look like at the moment, or is the team you?
I am the team.
You're the team, which it hasn't always been.
I am currently the team. I do.
There's no I in team, they say, but there is in Ronny Dale.
Yeah. Look, I do have like Dan is in England, so he does help me out 3 days a week. But it's because time difference.
So you're a global company.
Yeah, I guess I am.
Effectively, you're a global company.
Yeah, I guess I am a little bit.
That's elite.
No, but I am looking to build a team.
Yeah.
Again, just got to figure out the best way to do it.
Yeah.
So,
do you want my resume?
Yeah, sure.
Can't offer a whole lot.
I don't know if I can afford you though.
What can I do?
West Coast Eagles player.
I don't know.
Can kick a footy.
Can do.
Don't know if I can match the wage that they're paying.
No, let's talk off the podcast. No, so all right. Well, we can't go too deep into it then.
No, can't go too deep into it. There's just a lot happening right now. There's like a million things happening.
So do I get excited about Ronny Dale in 2025?
You should be.
Okay, nice. Yeah. That's a good way to put it then.
It's a good way to put it.
All right, let's just wrap that up. Let's go to Around the Fire Pit, Jaden.
Around the Fire Pit.
Because I'm going to grill Ronny about this all year until he gives me what the answer is. What's happening mid-year? Hope mid-year really happens.
G'day, blokes. Hope you're doing well. Regan here.
Regan.
Just listening to the podcast actually right now where Doggo is revealing the tin shed that he bought, the 79 series, in none other than the sandy taupe colour with the colour-coded tray. what a smart man. Extremely smart man.
I agree.
It's good to finally hear the reveal after 483 episodes of umming and ahhing what he's going to buy after the Ranger. But that's really cool, so I'm looking forward to see what you do with it, mate. But probably the smartest thing you said was, you know, there's obviously things you want to do and you want to make the interior possibly a bit more comfortable, but you're going to drive it first, which, in my opinion, is the thing to do. A lot of people go out and just buy the catalogue before they've even stepped into any four-wheel drive. Yeah. But, yeah, that is a good idea, just in my opinion. Drive it and appreciate it for what it is and just see what you actually really need. And obviously you got Ronny right there next to you, who's the man that knows a lot about him, so you'll be able to pick his brain and get lots of good advice. Cheers, fellas.
Thank you, Regan.
I ran out of time there, and it's good to have Jaden, obviously, as well, with him having a 76, pretty much, you know, the same platform. So you got a couple of good fellas there. You'll be able to get some good ideas off.
That was me impersonating Regan in that second one, just to give myself a shout out.
Thank you, Jaden. No, that's good by Regan. I do love what I noticed about Regan's, in his videos with his build as well. Like he did actually, and through some tough regions of Australia.
Yeah.
He drove that before he figured out what he needed for it, and I actually really love Regan's insight into his 79, and I'm glad he's on our side through this show, because it's almost like you know what, I showed Lauren because she saw a Sandy Ute go past the other day, and she's telling me, "Oh, you should get this on the back of it, like this color and all this sort of thing." I was like, "Look at this." Lauren showed her Regan's Ute, and said, "It'll probably look something like that." So there you go. They'll give you an idea.
Hopefully not while you're driving.
No, I wasn't driving. No, I was not. But we so the thing
I just want to say before we move on.
So I've got something I want to add too.
Go.
Okay,
so
you go.
Yeah. So Regan has probably given you the best advice that anyone could give you.
Yep.
With any car that you buy.
Yep.
Is to drive it.
Yeah. So I'm going to pose a question back to you, and hopefully Regan can answer this too when he hears it, and to Jaden. So there's things that are like, they're going to be a no-brainer for me either way. So I would say things like a bull bar, things like tyres, wheels, and maybe a dog box, canopy, a roof rack. Those basic things that what I would have on any four-wheel drive that don't actually affect how much, they don't affect the drive too much. They obviously will affect the drive, but like...
Do you need the roof rack?
I want the roof rack. Yeah. Yes, I do. I think I do need it. Yeah.
What's going on there?
Well, my dogs.
Your dog on your roof rack?
I'm joking. I just I genuinely take too much stuff when I'm camping, so I want the roof rack to be there as
to take too much
stuff. Yeah, basically, I'm not. I know that sounds funny, and it's everything that we preach here not to do.
But you have a ute, you have a tray.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I just want a roof rack, all right.
You just like the look of them.
No, I've always had one. I've enjoyed, Max Tracks up there and a couple of boxes up there. Like I just like the roof rack. I think they're very practical. But
you're going to use an awning?
Yeah, and mount the awning to it. Yep.
Do you can mount the awning to the canopy?
Not if I've only got a little dog box one. It might only be 800 mil.
That's true.
800 mil awning, mate.
But anyway, is that
awning for a dog?
Is that stuff? Do I just go and put that on?
Yeah.
Like within reason.
Yeah.
But like if I'm going to do that anyway, like whether I drive it for a year and then
there's some things you know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Then chuck them on, and then because you are going to put a bull bar on, you are going to roof rack's not going to affect this much, but it's like your weighty
bull bar,
things.
Wheels, and
just put a bit of weight on the back.
Yeah.
So even if you don't have a dog box yet, and you are going to want to lift the car up or whatever, just put some cement bags on the back.
Yeah, load it up a bit and see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, like I want a lift. Like I want to get some tough dog underneath. Like, do I wait?
don't have to wait.
Don't have to. I don't have to. I know. I'm just sort of saying because
I've
told
put the
people
tyres on. You're gonna
I need it
because otherwise you're gonna have to
degree.
buy tyres again if you want them bigger again later.
I just don't want to be that guy that's had the like Regan saying like the catalogue car within 4 days of owning it sort of thing. But that's what plenty of people do that, right? They buy it and they just send it straight to the shop and it comes out the first time they sit in it. It's a ready-made touring vehicle.
It also depends. Like if you already have owned that car,
yeah, true,
and you've upgraded to a new one and you know what you want, that's a bit different.
I haven't done that.
And if you come from another car, even then, I would say just hold for a bit, just drive the car first because maybe you feel we won't really need it.
I might need you to stay on me about this.
Yeah,
because I can feel myself just.
What is the first thing? What's the first thing you're going to get? What is the actual first thing you're going to get?
The things I want most, straight up, is
6-inch lift.
What are you buying when you walk out that door? Where are you going and where are you going?
The thing I want most is a set of tyres.
What size?
Probably need to chat to you before I make that call.
You see that one behind you, Ronny?
I would need a bit of cutting.
I want half of that. Probably that. And I'm fixated
21
on
inch.
Fixated on this dog box at the moment. So what is that? Is that?
He wants 21s on the car.
Little racer 79.
He's going to lower it.
The Cafe 79.
You have to cut the top of the cab off and it'll be like a skateboard.
Could do that. It feels like a skateboard right now.
Yeah,
but that's probably wheels. Okay. Sorry, tyres. Yeah.
Yeah, well, depending what size you go, you'd have to lift it.
Would you say 33s for me?
Well, 33s are the optimal size to run fuel efficient. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I am going to type
everyone,
after this.
You're going to end up with he's going to end up with 35s, isn't he?
Yeah. But 35s are fun.
No,
I don't know if I will.
35s are fun.
Are they fun for me who mainly drives around here though?
Yes.
You wait till you pull up next to Jaden.
There you go, Regan. There's some great advice from the 76 driver.
They're fun.
What size?
You're not going to want to drive next to me, mate, with your 33s and your 21-inch lift. You're going to feel like an idiot.
All right, let's go to Dylan's
look
question,
down
please.
You bought an expensive tin shed. Might as well pay more for fuel.
Yeah. May as well.
G'day, guys. Dylan here. Just got a quick question for the podcast. So I'm doing a lap of Australia next year. I've got a 2019 MR Triton. Going to be fully decking it out, canopy, all the jazz. This will actually be my second lap of Oz. So, got a fair bit of experience behind me. But with budget in mind, I'm torn between getting a winch or a rear locker. If you guys could only have either the winch or the rear locker for the trip, what would you pick? Keep in mind, I'm planning on doing the Victorian High Country, the Grampians, Cape York, the Teletrack, Gibb River Road, all the big ones. It's definitely going to get used. Let me know what you think. Cheers, fellas.
Ooh. Okay. If I could only choose, so putting into perspective, he's doing a lap for. I would probably, because he's doing a lap, so he's not seeking out difficult stuff. I'd say a winch because it would get you out in a pinch. If you got lockers, you just have to change the line that you're driving. Change a style that you're driving if you don't have lockers, so your open differential. You just be a better driver. But if you've got lockers, you can also get yourself more stuck to a point.
Yeah, I lean towards a winch. I've never done any of those.
Yeah. But you can only go forward with...
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you got a whole bunch of stuff.
I feel like some of those holes that can swallow you in like Cape York, I'm just going off video footage of this. Like lockers aren't, you're getting stuck in that, lockers aren't doing much for you.
No, but lockers are more of a preventative measure. Yeah.
But I think they still swallow you.
I'd still go to winch.
Yeah. I'd be opting towards the winch. I'd love to know Dylan on his second lap of Australia. That'd be
second lap.
That's good going.
Good gas.
Good what?
What do you reckon?
Good gas.
Good gas.
Good
Okay.
gas. What do you reckon, Jaden? What would you
I was thinking lockers.
Why?
I was thinking in terms of like, you might not get stuck if you have the lockers. If you don't have the lockers, you'll need the winch. So like, if that makes sense.
What if you
that is
have
true.
the lockers, no winch, and still get stuck and the lockers can't get you out?
Yeah, but what if the winch can't get you out? Like, what if you can't winch to something?
Well,
And the lockers
either way, I
were
suppose.
like, what if you have the winch? You can't winch to anything.
Mm.
You got the lockers. They could have got you out of that, or they could have prevented you from getting into it.
Yeah.
Like
in the
lockers
first
are
place.
preventative, right? So like you're
But
less likely to get stuck with the lockers, whereas the winch is like you're reacting to the situation that you're in that you might not be in if you have lockers.
yeah,
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Either one could be.
It depends on how you. I think it's going to depend on the individual how they're thinking about when they tackle things. You know.
If you're being careful on most of the things that you're doing, and you're going to tackle a slightly difficult track here and there, maybe the lockers are better. The lockers will be able to get you to like through places that a winch isn't going to help you get through any places. It's just going to help you get out of a situation that you're
So
you're in the shit.
price wise as well, they're not. So
Winch would be
a
cheaper.
Harrop e-locker, 1750.
That's not fitted, though.
No, not fitted. A worn, not fit. This is not fitted either. A worn 12,000 pound winch.
Most people
1,600 as well.
Most people
similar
can
price.
fit a winch. Most people can't fit a differential locker.
So what would you say a locker price would be?
Well, to get a decent one, you're looking at like $1,200 to $1,700. And then you got to have install, and the install is not cheap because they've got to have the car on the hoist for a while. You got to pull it apart. The oil's got to be changed. You know, with a winch, you could do it yourself. You could even mount it yourself and then just pay someone to hook up the electrics if you're worried about it. Yeah. Look, I'm just going to say winch because that's what the only car that I had two cars that didn't start with a locker. One didn't have a locker or a winch on it. My second car, the N70 Hilux, I went for a winch before a locker and I needed the winch. The winch actually saved us.
Yeah, right.
So I'm going to say winch just for that reason.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've got a winch and I've never used it.
Yeah.
But
It's
it
funny.
just depends on what you're doing.
It's funny you say that because with the 76, I would have probably winched myself out when I put it all in its side almost that time. We were like, both me and John were like, shit, should have got a winch in it.
See, it's when you don't go a winch, you're going to be like, man, I wish I had a winch in this situation. If you do go the winch, you're like, man, if I had lockers, I would have been out of here.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
Yeah. But you know what, though, Jaden? When you say lockers, you will use them a lot more than a winch.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult one. I say winch, you say lockers.
I say why not have both?
Yeah, all right. Money bags.
There you go.
Money bags dug in.
How you going, boys?
That's a good question.
Just scrolling through the old Facebook, saw a brand new Land Cruiser there, 2024 model shape front with a 1.8Z. What's your boys' thoughts?
Buy it.
A 2024 model
Swap the
Interesting.
engine
with
out.
a 1HZ.
Wow. I don't know.
Does it run? Have they done it right? How much was
You'd
it?
have to think so. He didn't say a price.
Yeah. I mean, it comes down to a price.
Wow.
I said,
It's interesting, but I don't know. I think I'd rather have like an older version with that motor. It kind of just
I
makes more
don't know
sense.
about how I feel.
what if it was like a HD FTE?
Yeah. Still think it needs to be an older version. The older shape.
The older shape. Oh, so it's just the shape you don't really like.
I think it just suits better. It just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense to me.
Fair enough.
Doesn't make sense to put an older motor. I mean, despite how reliable. Yeah.
I wonder if it was the 2.8 litre or the V8 that came out of it.
Oh, well, then that's a different story, I guess. Because then,
Like if it was out of the 2.8.
well, you're going to get lower down torque.
Mm.
Yeah, just
It's a
depends.
weird. That's an interesting concept.
I mean,
I
yeah.
don't know why you would do that.
Yeah.
Each to their own, but
Fun, mate.
Someone wanted to spend money.
yeah.
It's interesting.
But I mean, for an engine swap, I'll probably rather do that than all the other stuff. You know,
Yeah. I don't know how to answer that one.
it depends what you're going to use it for too. He keeps
He's
going
ready,
to press
he's
the
ready-
button,
ready to go
and
again.
I'm getting more thoughts here. It's like it depends what you're going to do. Like, it's going to be less susceptible for problems, especially with water and electronics and all that stuff. So, yeah, sure. If mining company and you needed a car that any one could possibly fix, then that'll probably be the one.
Just gonna have a quick.
Less electronics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I see attractive about that.
Good, reliable engine.
Yeah, easier for people to understand.
Mm. Is it easier to maintain, repair?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I can see the appeal then.
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, if you just look at a modern day engine bay, there's so much more shit going on.
Mm.
There's so much more stuff in the way.
But yeah.
Some parts of the car you got to pull everything out. Like, for example, a starter motor on a VDJ, the V8, that's in the valley.
Yeah.
That's an expensive exercise just to pull it apart and then get the starter motor out. Like, Rafa had to go through that.
Yeah, I'm looking at replacing mine.
Yeah, it's
Look at me like that, Duggo. You're gonna have to go
Or
through
the-
it one day, mate.
Probably.
Or the 200 series, when that alternator goes, there's like a turbo in front of it. It's not like the 70. You can get to that pretty easy. In terms of modern day car, get too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's appeal. Like there's less shit in the engine bay. Look at a 2.8. Like I was thinking, wow, there must be a lot of room in this engine bay. You open it up and it's like, holy shit.
More in the V8.
They
More
have
room in the V8, you reckon?
yeah, it's like they've extended wires just to make it go. Bleh.
Spread it out a bit.
Make it look more full.
Fill the tin shed.
Yeah, it's nothing like looking at an old four-wheel drive with the bonnet open. It's like, holy shit, how much room is in there?
Yeah,
you
there's a
could
lot of space.
stand in there and work on it.
The dream.
Hey fellas, Bailey here. I got a 2022 GXL Prado. It's completely stock at the moment, and I'm looking at chucking a bull bar on. I'm liking the look of the off-road animal Toro bars, but they're at sort of the top end of the price range when it comes to bull bars. I'm just wondering if the bull bar is something you can sort of save a couple of grand on if you go for the cheaper brands, and if there's anything you should be looking for when you're shopping around for them. Cheers.
Yeah, that's a good question. It's with a bull bar, I'll go for something strong, even if it's going to cost you $1,000, $2,000 more. Yeah, I wouldn't go with a cheaper bull bar.
Did Bailey say, was he looking at the low profile?
He was looking at the Toro, so it had the bars.
The actual, it's got the loops on it.
It's got the
still.
hoops on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the one
Oh, the
because
off-road animal one.
Yeah, he said 2022, right?
Yeah. Let's listen to it
Hey
again.
fellas, Bailey here. I got a 2022 GXL Prado.
2022. So it'll be the same as what Harry from Fly to Fork has got. It'll be
Has
the
he got
same bar.
22?
But no, but it's the same shape.
Oh, same model.
It's the same model, yeah, except for his. I think Harry's is a VX, but he has
be
that
nice.
exact bar on it.
Yeah, they are.
And
They're nice.
And I've seen some dash cam footage of him hitting a Roo at full speed, like no chance to even touch the brake, and it copped it sweet.
Yeah. See,
Yeah, they are nice.
They're
Yeah,
very
that's a
nice.
nice
They're
bar.
very nice.
Go that, Bailey. I reckon.
Yeah, it's
It
the
looks
front
good.
of your car.
It's tough. It's
Does it give you more clearance at the front here? Like the angle?
It does, yeah. It does.
That's a nice bar. It's hard to.
I mean, I feel like that's
from
an
that.
easy answer, isn't it?
The thing with bull bars is like I've got this up here on a certain page for $3,500. Probably not fitted, I'm assuming, but like it's expensive, but the cheaper options are still expensive when you think about it, and they don't look near as good.
Yeah, and you're paying for protection. It's the front of your car. It's the first thing you're going to look at when you walk out to your car, unless you reverse park all the time. It's the first thing you're going to look at on your car, and it's what's going to protect you.
Yep.
And not only that, like if you're just looking at it purely from practicality, well, it needs to be strong. You're going to put a winch in it. That's going to depend on. You could save money on the bar actually. If it's not a winch compatible bar, they might be a bit cheaper depending on which one. You can get real ugly commercial bars. They'll be a lot cheaper. There's mounting points on the bar. Rather than having to weld one on afterwards, check out which bar has the better mounting points. Mm-hmm. That's one thing that a lot of people don't think about. And then they realise, shit, I'm going to have to put the antenna right in my vision, not in the passenger's vision.
Yep. It's hard to steer him away from that bar, but anyway.
I like to look at that bar.
I think that's a great choice for you, Bailey.
I think it's a good bar.
Yep.
We got one video message.
G'day lads, Flynn from Ocean Outback Imagery here. Got a question for you, Ronny and the boys. Just out here at a station in the East Gascoyne, and my question to you is, what would be your perfect station rig? So we got Susie's, G60s, 45s, Land Rovers, everything under the sun. So that's my question for you boys. What is the best bull catching station rig if you could build your own from scratch? All right, lads. Have a good one.
It's like Canelda, the yard out there.
Canelda Homestead. I did ask.
I was about to ask him, are you at Jeff's place? But they're not Land Rovers, all of them.
Yeah, that's good. I did ask him his own question back. Do you want to say your answers first, or do you want to hear?
Nah, well, I don't really. I wouldn't know, but you say yours. I reckon we say it, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
I think I know.
Do you know what?
I'm pretty sure I know Flynn too. I reckon I met Flynn. If it's Flynn I'm thinking of up at High, I reckon I met Flynn at
Outback Imagery.
I'd say I'd love to do a 40, but I don't know, something a bit out there.
GQ Patrol.
A mixture.
GU Patrol.
Nah, rather GQ than a GU. Yeah.
Fair. I would go with GQ as well. Land Rover.
For a bull catching rig, or for like a station run around?
Both.
Yeah?
I reckon that would be fun as.
You know, yeah.
Little shorty.
You know what? I'm gonna completely just
Not
go.
answer.
Just get. You know, I'm gonna say a Jeep Cherokee JK with a 4-litre, not the V8. So the straight 6.
Yep.
With thermo protection.
Oh, that's good.
That's what I'm going to say, because they are so freaking... Yeah, they're like the only bulletproof Jeep that I...
Yeah.
yeah. That's... Yeah, 100%. I'll go that.
It's a good answer.
I'm just looking up.
I just feel wrong trashing a 40.
You know, we've all seen bull catching
I'd do it.
vehicles and stuff, you know. Like, never driven one, but I've seen them on plenty of like TV and YouTube and all that. But I was just like, how is there like someone selling bull catching rigs as a whole, or just the bull catching arm, or the like
I think they just
do it
weld them
themselves? Hey?
I think they just weld them up.
Because I was like, the short wheelbase Toyota. That's like the short wheelbase Toyotas is what the big. They're like the popular ones.
Like the short wheelbase 70 series.
They must be like. Do they look like? They don't look like. No. They look like older, much older. But I'm only seeing a few. Like as
Actually, that station out at oh my god,
like 40s and stuff.
I forgot what it's called now.
I don't know. I don't know enough about them, but I just reckon they look so sick.
Something with a short wheelbase.
Short
that
wheelbase
definitely-
would be because you got to maneuver. Like if you're in amongst the trees and that, you don't want a real big long.
Yeah,
But
it's
then it
more
looks
like
fun when
getting
everyone's
out-
piled in the back.
in and out of those creeks. You know, you
Yeah.
can belly it out a lot easier.
Yeah.
with
I
and
don't know,
actually-
but look at that! Look at that thing. That looks cool.
yeah,
Short wheelbase. Is that, I can't even make out what it is.
it's just like bits of fencing. Like
It is. There's no one. There would be no business for this. I wouldn't have thought. If there is, let us know.
I don't know. I'd love to just go to a station. Actually, that'd be cool. Just to head out with them and just watch it first, and then maybe have a go until you
a bit more information on it.
until you sort of like break your arm or something, and then that's enough.
What
True.
did Flynn say?
As a genuine bull catcher with a grapple on the side, I'd go for something with some weight, like a GQ Patrol
There you go.
with the roof chopped off. As a mustering rig, I'd go a little Suzuki for agility and narrow footprint through the scrub.
Yep.
Also punctured 2 maxis in 2 weeks on the work cruiser in this kind of country.
Is he? Oh yeah. Okay. Where is he?
They'd use 16-ply tyres out in a lot of these places too.
Gascoigne.
Oh, okay.
Surveying maps for HEMA.
There you go.
He's got some really sick images on his
He made his
on his
cool.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Ocean outback imagery.
I reckon Cripper's
Unreal.
got a couple of his prints in
Yeah.
his place. They're unreal.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look now. Actually, I'm on the online store at Ocean Outback Imagery.
Might get a purchase from Liam Duggan.
You may do actually. There's some sick ones here.
That's it, mate.
That's
all,
it.
That's all we've got.
Done.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Do you want- You happy with that, boys?
Yeah, I'm fading.
Yeah.
Fading. Yeah, and you got to go home and work.
Sorry, mate. We've kept you for way longer than we said.
I forgot we're actually on air there for a bit.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, scrolling my
You
laptop
you
looking
didn't
at
say anything
Flynn's
for about
and
20 minutes.
bull catchers.
And
All
you
right.
were reaming me at the start of the episode.
Yeah, sorry, mate. You do heaps. All right, let's get out of here. The Four-Wheel Drive podcast, powered by Tyrepower. Gee whiz, not going
Starting
real well
the-
today. Music
Come on,
by
mate.
Southern
Go, 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 go.
Band to see us out. Once again, the Four-Wheel Drive podcast on Instagram. All episodes over on BackChat's YouTube. Patrons, stick around. We'll have a chat to you. The4wheeldrivepodcast.com.au. Go and check it out.